My name is Ricarda. I'm a psychologist and counselor. I work with my clients on building inner safety and emotional well-being. One skill I wish everybody on this earth had was the ability to allow a feeling, a thought, or a physical sensation to be here without attaching a story to it, without acting on it, and without losing the present moment. So let's practice this together. If you want to jump straight to the exercise, you can use this timestamp. Otherwise, let's talk about the concept behind this technique a little bit. The exercise we're about to do is called dropping anchor, and that's an exercise from acceptance and commitment therapy. Acceptance and commitment therapy is a very powerful approach for people who experience strong emotional sensations and just difficult thoughts and difficult feelings. The idea behind this approach is that pushing our thoughts and our physical sensations and our feelings away usually doesn't work. It usually actually either makes them stronger or they just reappear at a random time later in our lives. So instead of fighting our thoughts and feelings and physical sensations, we go into acceptance. And I know that that's very scary. I know that that's probably literally the exact opposite of what you want. We do not want to accept our difficult thoughts and feelings. We just want to get rid of them. But trust me when I say that it is going to be so liberating for you to practice the skill of acceptance. Because accepting a feeling or a thought or a physical sensation doesn't mean that we're just giving up or that we're letting the thought, the feeling, the physical sensation overtake us. It means that despite the anxiety, despite the anger, despite the sadness, we get to choose what we want to put our focus towards. We get to choose to do the things that are important to us. We get to be present. A good metaphor for this is a storm in the open sea. So we view our emotions as the storm and us as the boat that drops the anchor. Just like we would drop an anchor on a boat in the open sea to stay steady in the storm, we are doing the same thing with our emotional storms. So we're dropping the anchor during an emotional storm and just wait until it passes. And the steps are actually very easy. You start with acknowledging your feelings, you connect with your body, and then you come back to the present moment. The more you practice these steps, the more easily it will come to you and the more natural it will feel. And then you will get to a point eventually where you will naturally do this in moments where thoughts and feelings and emotions seem to overtake you. It might initially feel like it's not working, and that is just the nature of doing exercises, doing these mental health exercises. They take time. It takes time for your brain to rewire. So trust the process, keep doing this exercise, keep practicing this exercise every day, even when things are fine, even when nothing is acute is happening, but also practice this exercise in moments where you are having a strong emotional reaction or where you are noticing that you're being hooked by thoughts and that you're losing the present moment or that you are not doing the things that you want to do or you're not being present with the person in front of you or that it takes you away from your to-dos or your values or whatever it is that you would prefer to put your focus on. This video is an extended version of the exercise. You can use this video to practice the skill, and you can use this video also if you notice that you want to give the emotion or the thought or the feeling that you're experiencing a little bit more space, just because you feel like you need to process it a little bit more. But I have also uploaded a short version of this exercise that you can do in moments where you don't have a lot of time, but you feel like there is a thought, there is a feeling that keeps distracting you, that keeps hooking you. And I have linked that in the description below. Okay, let's get started. All right, let's start this exercise with slowly arriving in your space, getting comfortable, finding a comfortable position. You can do this exercise lying down, you can do this exercise sitting in a cross-legged position, and take a few breaths. Connect with the thought or the feeling or the physical sensation that is happening for you, and give it all the space it needs. Allow whatever is showing up for you to be here. And notice what it feels like to have this feeling, to have this thought. And try to locate it in your body. How does it feel like to experience this feeling in your body without judging it? We simply want to be curious about it. And if you can, label the feeling. You can say to yourself, I feel sadness, or there's loneliness, or frustration. And it's okay if your emotions aren't so graspable right now. If that's the case, then simply notice how you feel in your body, what physical sensations you're aware of, without putting any label on it. And if you feel pretty neutral, then notice what it feels like to not have any strong emotional sensation right now. Notice what it feels like to feel neutral in your body. And also notice the thoughts that are popping up for you. What is your mind saying right now? Simply notice your thoughts without attaching any story to it, and allow the thought to be here. And just like we did with our feelings, we want to label our thoughts. Since this is a guided exercise, you might have some thoughts popping up about this experience. So you want to say, I am noticing the thought that I don't know if this is working. I am noticing the thought that I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. I am noticing the thought that this is a waste of time. Whatever it is that is showing up for you, simply notice it and label it as a thought that you are noticing. Give your feelings, your physical sensations, and the thoughts that you are noticing permission to be here. You can even briefly speak to your inner sensations and say something like, hi frustration, hello self-doubt, I see you, I'm noticing you, it's okay, you're allowed to be here, I'm not pushing you away, it's okay for you to be here. And while you are actively feeling your feelings and noticing your thoughts, you can also move your fingers and notice what it feels like to move your fingers. You can press your hands against each other and notice what that feels like. You can feel your feet on the floor or your back against the chair or any other contact you are making with your body. Connect with yourself and notice what it feels like to have a body that can move, a body that allows you to breathe. And then reconnect with that feeling or that thought that you were having. Notice how even though you're having this thought or this feeling, maybe even a difficult thought or a difficult feeling, you can still be present in your body. And what a beautiful thing it is to be able to connect with our bodies like that. In case you had your eyes closed, you can open them now and look around you. What can you see? Where are you? Notice the space that you are in. Pay attention to the things that are around you. And also notice what you can hear. Connect with the space around you. And notice what is happening around you in this present moment. And then come back into your body. Come back to noticing what it's like to have a body. And acknowledge the fact that you can experience these thoughts, you can experience these feelings, and still be present with yourself, with the body that you are in, with the space that you are in. Allow the thoughts and the feelings to be here, but don't let them overshadow what else is happening. You're in your body, you're breathing, you're alive, you're in this space. There are sounds, there are smells. Maybe there's other people. There's plenty of things that we want to be present with. There's a whole life to be lived. We can have difficult thoughts, we can have difficult feelings, and still be present with the world around us. And as always, we want to end this practice with appreciation. Give yourself some gratitude for showing up for yourself, for being with yourself. I appreciate you being here. Let's practice soon again.